This is the follow-up video for TruTops Programming Part 1. Following on from my last video, I'm going to try to explain the reason I put stop code in for shoot jobs and how turning the vacuum off will assist in allowing your parts to drop more easily. There are two ways of doing this. First, I'll show you how to turn the suction off manually, and then I'll show you how to insert some code to do this automatically. Before I start, I just want to explain why you should put stop code into your program. The first one is for safety reasons, and the second is to save your tooling from getting damaged. If you've got a job running and you're away from the machine, the code will stop the program when the job is about to come down the chute. If you look at the picture, you can see what happens when a component gets stuck under the sheet. Although this still doesn't stop the problem happening if your operator is dreaming or playing on his phone. Before I get back onto nesting, I want to show you how to turn the suction off manually on the machine. As you're facing your machine, press the machine function button, then press F3, machine operation, then press F4, operate by auto, then press F4 for other function, and then F1 for suction off. What you must remember is the suction is there for a reason. This is to remove the slugs your tools have punched out, so this must be turned back on. If this is not done, you will have floating scrap on your bed, which will cause problems to your components or even end up wrapping up your sheet. Ideally, you should use this function to check out with different jobs if it makes it easier for them to fall down the chute. Then you can add it into the program next time to turn the suction on and off automatically. Now back to the nesting. So firstly I'm going to call a couple of jobs up. That's the first one, which is T10195. OK that, and I place that outside the sheet. And the other job is T9576, so I'll open that one up. I'll place that outside the sheet. Right, for this I'm going to actually change the web width to 20 and put in the slightly bigger job first, which is that one. Right, so we've got 56 of them, so we know we've got 28 on each rows. So I'm going to delete 28, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So we want to get 35 on each sheet, and that will give us, if we've got 4 sheets of that, that'll give us 140, so we've got some for test bends. So now I'm going to put in the other job. So we've got 23, probably could have squeezed in 24 of them. I'll just undo that. So 24, 1. Do. So now I'm going to put some in, because you can't fit any more of that other one vertically, so I'm going to put them in horizontally. So this time I'm going to turn the optimum utilization on and stick some in this way. So if we what do, go down to copy part, I'll keep the put in a 25 web width, and I'll go copy part vertical. I'll just copy a few more parts down there. So if that's 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and that should make 35 of both of them. I'm going to move that up slightly because it's a bit close to the actual floor. I'm just going to dissolve all. Move these up 5mm rather than having them at 25. Right, so that's a bit better. As you can see, that's a single part on the ones that have gone horizontally now, because as you can see, that's a chute that would normally be coming down this hydraulic chute. So I'm going to change that to a manual stop. So I'll go part removal and I'll do a manual removal on that and just change it there and OK it. So that'll change all of them when I come out of this. See, it's saying all parts on sheet that are horizontal, so I'll just OK that, and that's changed all them parts there. And what I'm going to do as well, because these are set up for coming down the chute, the hydraulic chute, normally the way I do it, I'm just going to change, you'll see why in a minute. I'm going to change that where it's got a long push out there. We don't need that the way I do this with the with the suction turned off, and it's normally just drops out. So I'm going to change that, do that, and it's going to do a minimal 20mm, so that be corrected. OK, and when I come out again, all parts on sheet, so that'll change all them ones. So I'm going to just go on to the other one now and do the same now. I'll explain more once we get through nesting this out, why I've done this. It'll make it more clear at the end. Right, it's the same again. I'll just click it straight back on the centre of the tool that's pushing it out. Part must be ejected in the wire by at least 20mm, so that'd be corrected as well. So OK that. I'll just come out, all parts on sheet again. Yep. So now that part is done. We've got, if we check here, this will tell you you've got T10195, which is 35, and T9576, which is 35. So 4 sheets of that will give me 140. So I've got my 135 with 5 test bends at the end of it. So I'll just delete the construction line now. Right, now we're just going to go to optimize sequence. So sort in size, rearrange after. Alright, so that one, so that'll do. I'm just going to go through this, go through the punching operation with the simulation just to see how this all turns out. So I'll get up to the 5x50 and then slow it down. Now you can see the direction it's going in, so it's going to do all of that part first, then move on to that one, and then do the manual stops below on the horizontal. So that's fine. So now we go to NC as it's been optimized, and we're happy with that. NC program, start. Okay, that everything's all right. 3245, so OK that. So this is a Cromwell sheet it's on, so it's 18 gauge. I'll just put Crom for short, and it's T9576 and T10195. So 18 gauge. Crom, so it's 4 sheets. So T9576 and T10195 equals 35. Check to drawings. So it's production shortage, so I'll just put prod for short. So I'm going to put comes down, shoot, and manual stop. This is on our C machine, which has the hydraulic shoe, so I'll just put that, sorry. Alright, so I'll OK that. So that part is done. Just wanted to interrupt this part of the video and explain why I shortened the push out. Shortening the push out is not necessary, but it just saves time on an operation that you do not need. Because when you add the code and turn the suction off, the component literally just falls down the chute. So a long push out is definitely not needed. So now I'm going to go into the NC program. So I'll go into show current. Now this part of the video is where I take you through the automatic way of turning the suction on and off. This part is a little bit back to front as I'm going to add the closed chute code M69. So I'm going to drop down a line. 21355 M69. This is the same as before what I've showed you on the first video, but there's just an added bit part to it with the turning the suction off, which helps them fall down the sheet a lot easier. And so we go N19925 M00, which stops it, which is a stop code which will stop it just before it comes to putting it down the chute. So now we're going to go right up to, oh, here we are. So just before this part, you're going to get to the last two tools, which will be the two jobs, which will be the 5x50. So the first one, you can tell the ones that come down on the chute with the hydraulic chutes, it's got the M69 on it. So we want to take the M69 out, and this is how we turn the suction off automatically. So I'm going to put a code in here, N145 M09, that turns the suction off. And just below that we want to put the N155 M58, which raises the head, the N156 M59, which lowers the head to normal working height, and then the N157 M08, which turns the suction back on. So we've got to do that for both jobs. So that's the manual stop one, so that's the other one now. As you can see, the manual stop one, it's the raises the head, it's the stop there, then it lowers the head to normal working height. You know, from a chute job, you'd have the M69 in there, so let's take that M69 out. So after the M676, we drop down a line, N155 M09. and that line after, N165 M58, N166 M59, N167 M08, which would turn the suction back on. So all we do is close that, save the file, and when you run that now, they will fall down out of the sheet a lot easier with the suction off. This is the end of this short video. Hope you liked it, and if you'd like me to add some more TruTops code editing videos, just ask. Please subscribe and give me the thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.